Yo guys, what's good? Today I'll do another trade recap on how I made 1.2k trading the nasdaq today with a trade of roughly, no, 260 points. So let's get straight to it. So coming into the day, as you guys know, we only trade New York. So we were presented with this on these assets. Also YM, but I have only the subscription so I can see too. So I'll just switch for you guys to understand. But we were presented with this, and if we see this with a new week opening gap near equilibrium, it's probable that we're gonna go lower to balance out the whole range right here. And if then, so that was my first idea, but then I marked out the time-based equilibrium. And if you don't know why time-based equilibrium is so important, I have an TikTok about it. Go if you want, you can check it out on my YouTube, TikTok, sorry. I'm doing lectures on ICT and QT right now. So that's on time-based equilibrium. So I'll mark that out. So that's like the clear draw, and that's near the CE of the new week opening gap. So that was my overall wish of what we could do today, but we obviously need confirmation, and for that I checked the daily power 3. But as you can see, we accumulated, we manipulated higher, and I expect the distribution lower from there. I mean, it was also supported by SMT, which is also time-based. I'm not going to go into that, but that's a weekly cycle SSMT, for those who know. So after seeing that confirmation at the high of day, with the whole structure, which was leaning more bearish than bullish, not just leaning, it was clearly bearish, I expected continuation lower from the start of the distribution, the retrace, and then continuation of the distribution right here. And I mean, also the low of the day is clearly unprotected. There's no SMT here. Can show it on you on all assets, on YM and on ES. The low was unmitigated, so it was not protected. And if you just look at the daily candle power 3, I mean, it's clearly we went straight up, manipulated, and it looked like a open high. So we opened, put in a high, so the manipulation, and I expected that we would go lower, and we're gonna close somewhere in this range. That's what I expect. So let's go to the lower time frame. So now that we're here on the lower time frame, you guys can see, as I just showed you, we had the small distribution, and then the manipulation, and then the continuation of the distribution. And if you look at the daily power 3 now, it's clear that this was the whole manipulation and that we're gonna go lower here. And this is right before market open. So this is what were presented with. And then right at market open, I'm gonna show it on you on the 30-minute power 3. That's what we trade. And then straight on market open, we went, first we had an accumulation candle. Not really accumulation, but it's a long candle, but no significant like move. You could say that's the 30-minute manipulation, but that's just one candle at market open with like much volume, and the daily power 3 and the 4-hour power 3 were still clearly bearish, sorry. And afterwards we had the big drop, and after that I was convinced that we're gonna start going lower now. But some of you might say this is not a good manipulation, we should go higher to the maybe true opens to then continue lower. Yes, I can see why you think that, but we actually have an time-based SMT here as well. And if you look at the 930 candle high, NQ failed to put in another high, so that's a failure swing. And if we look at YM clearly sweeps the candle, so that's a cracking correlation, and that's enough for me to go to the 15-second to look for instant continuations lower, because I mean it's clear that YM is doing our manipulation higher, and we're doing cracking correlations with the YM. So then on the 15 second, the first possible entry was the 15 seconds, sorry, was the 15 second CSD right here, but it just went so fast for me, I didn't realize it, and I don't even know if we had the swing diversion, so the Kraken correlation on the 1 minute with YM there, and so I just played continuation, and the good thing about continuation is clearly that on continuation there are much more high probability. So we trade both things. We trade reversal models and we trade a continuation model. I think I really like both, but both models have their advantages and disadvantages. But the advantage of a continuation model is most likely fast continuation, which we somewhat had today. I wouldn't say extremely fast, but I wasn't in drawdown for like only 2 times, but from there on we just continued straight to our draw, which was the C of the new week opening gap, which was near to equilibrium. You might think, why did I partial 1, 2 times and only took full take profit here and not just let the whole position run out? Some of you might know me in the server, and I mean, you guys know I nearly never take partials, only if it's like a special scenario, because most likely I have an external drawn liquidity. Today was an internal because it was the new week inside of equilibrium or in the area of equilibrium. But today was an exception for me because if you look at the news, we had no news today. So it could be that we're gonna have low probability setups, and it could be that we're just gonna accumulate the whole day because we have no high news to do extremely long trades. You might wonder why I still targeted like 260 points, which is like a lot. Um, Yes, it is a lot, but I really thought it would be possible. And I mean, the take profit was only one contract, so I took the first partial at the 4 hour busy, and one at the start of the new week opening gap, and one at the C, which was so these two partials were near at equilibrium. So there were high probability reversal points. So I just played it safe, took my piece of the cake, and I even needed to trim my position due to the top step consistency rule. I think my full take profit was about 1.8k, and I just want to make under 1.5k so I can pass the evil at $35,000 and not like 45 or something. So yes, that's about my entry. And today was extremely simple. So I just want to show you how simple it was. Um, and obviously my trade played out, as you can see. So I don't need to get on that specifically. So today was extremely simple. We had an extreme expansion yesterday, so a range, I mean, more than 300 points, I think. Oh, yeah, I mean, a 700 point range, expansion range. So we needed a retrace today, and then simply a time-based equilibrium with a time-based high time frame SMT, and then on the 15 minute, or I mean, just take any medium time frame to look at the daily power through developments, and it was clear that we had the manipulation, and the manipulation so that we had the accumulation in Asia, the manipulation in London, and that we would play continuation of the distribution, which I'll upload a lecture tomorrow, I think, about Power 3 and the Asia, London, and New York, how they behave together. And so, yeah, that's about it. I mean, it's extremely simple today. It was a really good short, and many people took the exact short as us in our Discord server. I think at least 5 to 10 people. I mean, the short was really good, and I'm proud of everyone that took it. You analyzed the markets great. And now I hope you guys have a great night or a day or a morning, whatever, wherever you are. Feel free to ask questions in the comments or just to join our Discord server to ask them personally. I will link the Discord server down below in the comments, and I will link the lecture about time-based equilibrium in the comments as well, so you can check that out because it's really important. Bye bye, guys.